As you don't, what did happen now?
As it don't happen no. I won't go tell Nigeria say, see the reasons why APC Presidential Campaign Council won't sack Rufai. Because this Rufai is too educated. What this man they talk now, always the truth. Now make the one in the second. And like one man I watch this video, because this man I don't talk many things. If we get person like Rufai many for this Nigeria, all of us will know the debate between Tinubu and Peter Obi one win. With our sound mate like Rufai, we just won't know so that now Peter Obi will win this election. My brother, for me, look at share this video, make us see the reasons why APC want me to sack Rufai. Make us watch and say, watch, I'm gonna share my position, and we're gonna comment on our opinion for the comments concerning Rufai. I'm gonna watch them.
Limited time, so I'll be as quick as possible. I'll just make 2 grand points. Number 1 on federal character, the second one on the other commitment. Number 1, federal character. We've talked about this, try to integrate. The question we should ask ourselves is, why is it that we have not built Nigerians? Why is it that we've built a polarized nation with people from different ethnic groups? Not a single entity. I keep quoting Maximilian Zeglo. He said, we've built Italy, we need to build Italians. We've not built Nigerians because the polarity favors the politicians. The division, the north and the south and the east favors them because of their tribal sentiments. That was what was done since the First Republic. This was what was expounded upon in the Lancaster House talk. That's why the British, to settle our problems, gave us different regions. If we truly want to build Nigeria, our politicians should come together and know that irrespective of where you come from, you are Nigerian first. And that's why you see even this federal character keeps dividing us even further. Oh, in the spirit of inclusion, we've started preaching division. Some people are favored because they're from certain areas over the others. The best way to nullify all of this is, let's even start by not having state of origin. If people don't know where you are from in Nigeria, then we can start to build the strands of inclusion. We set up schemes like the NYC and everything, but even with now, people are working to favor themselves for their NYC posting because they don't want to be from a certain area. So there's no point about inclusion any longer. It's only what suits ourselves. The way to this is, let's not even have state of origin. Let where you come from do not matter. Let your last name do not matter. Let people treat you based on fairness and equity. That's the future for Nigeria. And secondly, like the president candidate of the PDP asked about the name of the candidate and everything, I think politics should also be about character. Everybody should be able to release any data as regards who they truly are and bring it to the fore. Let us know the schools they attended. Let us know their names. Let them address everything concerning them so we can have a robust campaign so we can know the candidates truly. It is time for all the candidates to do like an audit on themselves and like a KYC for the Nigerian people. Let us even know them. Let's have medical records. Let's have tax returns. Let's have everything so we can get the best person possible. But it behoves on us to build Nigerians. And we have not built Nigerians. That's why we keep looking for schemes like federal character to bring about inclusion.
Okay, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party has been busy in the last few days. He was in Anambra, he's gone to Imo, he was also in the Federal Capital Territory on Saturday. But from the video that was shown, the key point which Ayo focused on about merit and federal character, maybe I should spend some time on that. Now, the federal character principle is a creation of the Constitution. So when a candidate tells you he's going to ensure federal character, he doesn't have a choice in the matter. To the extent that the president of Nigeria is expected to uphold the law. Part 1 of the 3rd schedule of the 1999 Constitution creates a body called the Federal Character Commission, whose function is to monitor and ensure compliance with the principle of federal character, which is enshrined in Section 14, subsection 3 of the same 1999 Constitution. And that came about after the Constitution Drafting Committee, Commission of 1976 decided to amend the Nigerian Constitution and insert that clause in the 1979 Constitution, and it remains there in the 1999 Constitution. What is the whole idea? You stated it, to promote a sense of belonging, a sense of unity, a sense of loyalty. After the Civil War, one of the realizations was that ethnicity is a major issue in Nigeria and is proven to be very divisive. So one of the attempts to ensure national integration, to ensure unity, was the introduction of that Section 14, subsection 3. And it applies in everything, you know, in politics, in education, in appointments. And that's why Section 147, subsection 3 of the same Constitution states very clearly that every appointment into the federal cabinet must be in conformity with Section 14, subsection 3. It is also the same reason why we are having this argument over composition of the NDDC board, with people quoting the law, NDDC Act, Section 1, subsection 12, and all of that. Okay, so federal character is a major issue for us in Nigeria. The reason why the reference to it by Atiku Abubakar is important is that he said one of the major complaints about the Buhari administration is that the Buhari administration has made lopsided appointments, seems to favor one part of the country you know, better than the other, whereas the Constitution says no part should dominate the other. And Section 42 of the same 1999 Constitution tells us nobody shall be discriminated against on the basis of ethnicity, religion, or extraction. So it's a constitutional matter. So it's not stating anything extraordinary when it says we observe federal character. However, federal character principle has been very controversial, particularly in the education sector. And there are persons who are saying that if we're going to run a country by merit, maybe we should review federal character application, find a sunset clause into it so that we just create space for competition. And that takes me to the second point about merit. Of course, we don't expect that you know, whoever wins, whether it's PDP or APC, will come up with a cabinet of incompetent people. This is a country of over 200 million people, and there are persons of merit from every part of Nigeria. So no part of Nigeria can say we have all the best people. And, you know, that kind of diversity, pluralism, you know, will promote inclusiveness. The other word, apart from integration, is inclusiveness. So, but he said a lot of other things. He will review the Constitution. He will restructure Nigeria. He will make his presidency a stepping stone to Igbo presidency. He will set aside $10 billion for the promotion of the interests of women and children, and a host of other things. Where politicians make promises, the taste of the pudding is in the eating. Whoever emerges, they should just remember that there's something called public memory, and we will remember, and we'll take them to account, and we would assess them on the basis of their own promises.
And here we have
another one might be if we get person like Rufai plenty for this country. We're not going to debate or win between Peter Obi and Tinubu. And Nigerians, we need to stop this our pocket infrastructure. We need to decide our future. Where our future won't go. Because if you get money now, but your generation, you know where they'll get money. You know that this swap for this bad government they vote in. So now we need to vote for a competent person who can change this country. Now we need to vote for Peter Obi, make this country change once and for all. Even if not change, let's see lay foundation of the next person who will come. That will complete everything. Make una vote for Peter Obi, because this time I don't vote wisely again. Now vote for Peter Obi. Go and collect your PVC if you never collect. Because if you say you vote for Peter Obi, you not get PVC, now means you don't vote on at all. You need to collect your PVC. All of us go come and say massively. On that day, we go vote for Peter Obi. And as you watch out, just share this because I want to go tell people this show and they come.
But nobody should want me to the verse now.
This one the verse for body.